We are recording. What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Angie's World Podcast. You are tuned into season 2. My name is Angie, aka Angie's World, and y'all might recognize this face right here. POP Pop, show up in the building. Project Heat. All right. Connoisseur. He is the creator of the Urban Web Series. He has the franchise, because at this point it's a franchise, Project Heat, one of the hottest web series on the internet. All right. He is a businessman. He has a studio, which we're going to talk about today. He was on season 1. So if y'all didn't check out our interview on season 1, you definitely have to check it out. And you are back for season 2. How are you, my guy?
I am highly favored and blessed to see
highly
another day.
favored and flavored too. He's flavored, ladies.
I'm a flavor.
He got the flavor. That is what's up. Oh man, happy New Year, Pop.
Thank you. Same to you, Angie.
Thank you so much. How was your New Year's? What did you do? Anything special? How was your holidays?
Well, it's a regular day, and I mainly spent a lot of money on my granddaughter.
Oh, she's so cute.
Yeah, she had me out there.
I swear, guys, like if you follow Pop's Instagram, which I put up here, and you look at his Instagram, he has pictures of his granddaughter. She literally looks just like you, but lighter. Like she's your twin.
Everybody say that,
She does. It looked like you had her. You might as well have had her.
Yeah, that's why she can get anything she wants from me. That's my baby. That's my heart.
That's your only grandchild, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so she's spoiled. Shout out to the family. But you
Definitely.
said something to me. You said something to me the other day that I thought was so dope. You said, "You know what, Angie, for New Year's I might go to church." And I love that. Because there's plenty of New Year's that I spent in church thanking God for another 365 years of making it, because so many people didn't make it this year. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Rest in peace, Takeoff. Rest in peace. I don't even have the list in front of me, but a lot of celebrities, a lot of, just people that died from COVID, accidents, just whatever. And I just feel like, I've been feeling like this for a long time, where it's like, I'd rather, instead of going to Vegas, a club, a big party, and drinking and getting drunk New Year's Eve, I'd rather just bring in the New Year in church.
So. Right in church. That's a fact.
Yeah, so
that's
I
why
love it.
I am so blessed. So
absolutely,
it's definitely, we definitely got to watch what we eating though.
Yes,
a lot of people I know.
Go ahead.
Had passed away because of health problems.
It is so crazy that you brought that up. That you said that, because like I've been knowing Pop. Let me see how long. I think when I met Pop, I was kind of small when you met me, right? I wasn't really big, right?
What you mean really big? What's wrong?
No, it's going to go into this, because I don't know if you know this, but I lost 100 pounds. I had lost, I lost 100 pounds in 2010. And I think me and Pop became friends. I want to say it had to be like what, 2015, 2016?
Around the time, yeah.
I was still small, right? So I had started gaining weight back like around 2016, 2017. And then when COVID hit 2019, I was like I wasn't like plus size yet. I was at the brink, and I gained 50 pounds on top of that. So out of the 50 I gained from COVID, I lost 20. So this morning I was like, you know what? I got 30 pounds to lose to get to my pre-quarantine weight. And I said, my birthday's in 3 months. I said, so I'm going to do this. So on Instagram, if you go on my Instagram, I put I went shopping this morning, and I bought all of like the food and stuff that helped me to lose that 100 pounds back in 2010. And it's just like a lifestyle. And back in 2010, I quit smoking weed, smoking cigarettes. I quit drinking soda and drinking juice. And that's why I think, and I said this on Instagram, that's why I think now I never went back to those habits. Oh, and I stopped eating meat. I never went back to those habits. So I think that even though I'm 40 now and I gained most of the weight back because I didn't go back to those habits, it's been forgiving for me. Like I haven't caught any of those diabetes and high cholesterol and all the kind of stuff that if I would have continued those habits plus gained all the weight, I think I
Oh
would have
yeah,
been in a health situation, you know? So it's very important, and people don't realize this. I don't care if you're skinny, if you're fat, your health revolves around what you're putting into your body and your food. Because out of the
it's a
100
fact.
pounds that I lost, 60 of those pounds was just changing the way I ate. And then the last 40 was just jumping on the treadmill. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So it's not just exercise. It's really what you're putting in your body. So you have to change your diet because a lot of these foods cause high cholesterol, which clogs your arteries and blocks your heart. High blood pressure is very dangerous with the heart attacks, diabetes, and you could be skinny. There's people out there that's slim that have high sugar and all these different issues. So it's very important to get your blood taken and eat healthy, especially, as you get older.
that's a fact. That's
Yeah.
why I watch. I watch what I eat. You know, you know, due to the fact that one of my castmates had passed away, and
Oh, yes. Rest in peace.
that really hit me. And he was like he was really trying to get himself together. He was working out, and I just got a call that matter of fact, we was looking for him because we haven't heard from him in like 2 to 3 days, and that's usually not him. So if y'all don't know, I'm talking about Detective Boy on Project Heat.
I'm gonna pull
He
him up. I'm gonna pull him up so I can show them.
Yeah, it wasn't usually like him not reaching out to us because we speak every day. It's like we a family.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so sad that I knew a person that was in the hospital, that works in the hospital across from him, across from where he passed away at.
Wow.
And I had her Google his name. I mean, search his name in a database in the hospital, and she told me exactly where he was at. But the hospital wasn't giving us no information about him because they was trying to, that's him. Yep. And he he actually was in the hospital and passed away while he was in
Wow.
an emergency room, and they was telling us that he wasn't there. But due to the fact that I knew somebody in there, she actually told me everything. Like she told me how he died. He was there, and he was telling them that he had chest pains, and they wasn't, and complying with him, and he just died in the ER room.
Heart attack.
Yeah, the
Was
heart
a heart
attack.
attack?
Yeah, it was a
It's
heart attack.
That's the thing. And he wasn't like overweight. He
No,
looked he looked he and that's the thing, y'all. This is what y'all don't have to realize, and this is especially men. Heart attack is the number one silent killer, especially men of a particular age. It is very important to get that blood work every 3 to 6 months
it's
done
a fact.
so you can find out what's going on, because a lot of men, like, even and it's not just overweight, men that get heart attacks. It could be someone like Detective Boyd, who, appears to be very much in shape and he looks great, but you never
Mm-hmm.
know what's going on inside your heart and your arteries and, all those kind of things.
That's a fact. Like that really, it really hit
It
home.
shook you up?
Yeah, man. Because that dude, he was like a real brother to me. Even
Yeah,
though we wasn't related, but
right.
just the fact that I seen him for the last time, he was in good spirit,
Right.
and we never knew that he was, you know, dealing with any complications with his body.
Did he know?
I don't. I think he did know. He just didn't want to say,
Right.
because people don't want other people to worry about,
Right.
they health problems, and
Right.
I I I could say that if he would have, actually told us, we could have guided him in what to do
Right.
and what to eat, and you
Yeah.
know,
It's so sad. I mean, there was another guy in the industry that happened to too. He had a heart attack. Hovain. I didn't know him, but a lot of people knew him. He was really young too. He was in his 30s. He was married. He had kids. So rest in peace to Hovain too.
Mm.
Do you know who that is, Pop?
No, I don't.
I don't know him either, but a lot of people did know him, and I remember following him, seeing him on Twitter a lot. And he did a lot of work in the industry. A lot of people knew him, and he was young too. He was in his like early 30s, not even mid 30s, but he was plus size, like he was bigger. So maybe that had to do with the pressure on his heart, because you gotta like also monitor your blood pressure. A lot of times people don't know that they have high blood pressure, so that's why it's really important to see like a primary care person or get yourself enrolled in some insurance and know what's going on with yourself, and especially men. So he died, rest in peace to him. And it's crazy because I had just said today, like I was going to make that change, you know what I'm saying? And go back to the healthy living, because I stayed small for a very long time. And then, it came back on, but I felt so much better when I was eating clean. I had like a clear head.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like,
Focus.
how did it made you feel like different, right?
Yes, 100%. It made me feel, well, you know what? Let me show y'all my before and after. Actually, I put it on Instagram today. I was just talking about all the stuff that I bought. Um, I'll show y'all my before and after quickly. Can you see that?
Okay, yeah.
I I don't think I was this small when we became friends, Pop. I was a little bit bigger than that. But you didn't meet me when I was like really, really big.
So
That was like
you're
out of
like that
college.
now?
What, like this?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say no, because I have a different. I would say this is like straight out of college. This was back in
Oh, okay.
2010. Yeah, no, this picture was taken in 2010. The fat
Okay.
picture of me. The
And that's
skinny.
your goals to get back to that size.
Right, right. So the picture of me fat, I was also out of college. I didn't really have like my woman body yet. I was still kind of more round. Like I'm heavier now, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
not shaped the same way I was, when I was out of college. You know what I'm saying? Like I think I was like I was like a year or two out of college in 2010, because I graduated in 08 going into 09. And
Mm-hmm.
then when the recession hit and I was furloughed, I had a lot of time. Not furloughed. What happened? I got cut. The recession hit, and it was like I was in between jobs and stuff, and I had time to really like lock in with myself and
Mm-hmm.
slow down and kind of like make the changes in my life and stuff. And I had dropped the weight back in 2010, which led me all the way up until like, I want to say like 2017. I started kind of slowly gaining it back. And then it was like what I said. But I did it back then. It wasn't even for vanity reasons. It was more because I love myself and I want to be healthy and I want to stay alive. And of course, dropping weight, you look good. Everything is popping for you. You get the whatever the cake, the benefits and stuff for when you drop the weight, but it's mostly for reasons of being healthy. You know what I'm saying?
Healthy.
So that's kind of like what that's about. But anyway, back to Pop.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to ever since I've known you, you've always been like actively in the gym. You always exercise.
That's right.
You always had muscles. Like you were never, you've just always been about that life, about being
Yeah, I
healthy.
can't picture myself being fat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've never known you to be
I gotta
fat.
I gotta stay intact on, my health. And especially when Officer Boyd passed, I'm like, wow, because that was just a sudden thing, like that really hit me. You know what I'm saying? And
Do you go to the doctor, and do you know what your blood
of
pressure is?
course,
Yeah.
yes, that's mandatory.
Yeah.
So
Speaking
I'm
of exercise, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm pretty much good, and
Thank God.
I'm
Yeah.
staying. That's why I say I'm blessed.
Yes. And let me ask you a question, Pop.
Hmm.
Speaking of keeping in shape, I seen pictures of you from back in the day when you was like young in your 20s, early 20s and stuff. Did you ever do I should insert those pictures here when I do my editing. Did you ever do like modeling and stuff? Cause like
Yeah,
Pop
yeah,
was
yeah,
I should find these pictures. I need to show y'all. Nah, I need to
yeah,
show y'all.
yeah,
You
yeah. I did. I was, a matter of
tell us
fact,
about that.
I was doing that. I did the modeling thing. Well, I did a print for Tommy Hilfiger.
Oh, that's so dope.
And I was doing that while I was on house arrest. So I had to do something, and I just like, let me try the modeling thing because I never thought of it. Let me
Mm-hmm.
try and see what it, how it works out, and I did that. But that was back in the days. How you crazy?
I've known you
You
for a
did
long time, Pop.
yeah, you did your homework, huh?
Listen, you always tell me that, but listen, I know what be going on. I know
Mm,
what kind of endeavors Pop be involved in. Let me
yeah, that's
see.
a fact.
I'm gonna see right now because I want to show y'all. I want to see if it's on his page. But Pop was definitely, he was serving. He was serving. So that's what's up. Was it naturally? Did you have to naturally like work hard to maintain that, or it was just like genetics?
It was genetics, you know what I'm saying. But as I got older, you
Yeah.
your age catch up on you, so that's when it become harder.
Did you start working out when you were locked up, or you were already like working out prior to that?
No, it was prior.
Yeah, because a
It was
lot of
prior.
people get in shape when they go to jail because there's
Yeah,
nothing
no, it
else
was
to
it was
do but
definitely prior.
exercise. Yeah,
So
I'm gonna talk to Pop while I'm looking for this. While I'm looking for this modeling picture because I know he has this on his Instagram, y'all.
yo, man.
I'm not trying to embarrass Pop, but listen, ladies, Pop was giving y'all that modeling vibe, when he was in his
my my
younger
my
days.
20s.
I
You
mean,
know,
listen, you look great for your age, Pop. You look great.
yeah. Thank
Speaking
you.
of which, he's speaking of looking great for his age. Nothing is slowing him down. He's moving out here. He's active. He got these new business ventures. He told me before we got on here, yo, Ange, I got a pack. I'm going to Atlanta. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with the franchise of Project Heat and what you have going on right now. While I look for
Uh,
this modeling picture.
it's I got Project Heat New York. I got Project Heat Atlanta, Baltimore, and Connecticut. So I'm flying out tomorrow to continue with the Atlanta Project Heat, and because we definitely had took a break,
Mm-hmm.
but now that the holidays is over, we,
Right.
we back at it. We back at it. So
Absolutely. So are you gonna go down there to film or you doing more production down there?
yeah, yeah, film. I don't think you're gonna find it because I think I took it off.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Damn, you know what? You should send that to me and I could put it as my thumbnail for this interview.
Hold on, I think I still got it in. Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay.
If I lose you, you could always leave and come back into the broadcast. Um,
Okay. Hold on.
yeah, because I'm over here looking for it on his page, y'all.
Hold on. Yeah, you could talk.
Yeah, so anyway, y'all, so what I was asking you about Atlanta, I'll just wait for him to send it to me. So you're gonna be in the Atlanta, you're gonna be in the filming, or you're just going down
Yeah.
there to oversee what's going on.
Nah, I'm gonna be filming. You know, so we could end the season and start the season 3 because we got
And for
new actors and actresses.
that's dope. Listen, for people that don't know where they could find all the whole franchise and where they can find everything, let them know where they can find it.
You breaking up?
Yeah, you're actually frozen too. Pop, leave the studio and come back. Yeah, I don't know. I lost Pop for a second. Let me see if I can add him back in. Let me see. I gotta take him off. Okay, remove from stream. Let me see, y'all. These are the technical difficulties. All right. Gotta come back in. Let me see if I can get him to. Let me see. Okay, hold on. Got to come back. Sorry, y'all. I wanted him to send for the people that are watching on video. I wanted him to send me the his modeling pictures so I can show you guys that's watching on video. Shout out to Twitter, shout out to YouTube, shout out to Facebook, shout out to Spotify. You know, y'all be able to see his modeling pictures. Let me see if I can get him back. Okay. So we're gonna remove this from the stream. I don't know if I should kick. Let's see if I kick him out. I don't know if he could come back. Let me call him, y'all. Hold on, y'all. This is the technical difficulties.
Yeah, I don't know. It's sounding crazy.
Yeah, I know you have to leave the studio and come back, Pop. Okay, come back in. I'm gonna let you up. All right. All right, so Pop is going to be joining us, guys. Look, this is the behind the scenes. I don't know. I might not cut this off. I might actually use this so you guys can see. But yeah, so Pop has a lot going on. You know, if you didn't check out our interview in season 1, we definitely get into more depth about, you know, Pop. And oh, this is Pop joining us. Let me see. Here he goes. You coming back in the building, Pop?
Yeah, I'm here.
Look, we try to get too technical and too fancy, and the whole thing just wound up crashing. But you back. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm back. I'm back.
All right, you frozen though, Pop. You frozen. Mm-hmm. Your Wi-Fi.
Though, right?
I can hear you though, for sure. Oh. Can you hear me?
You can see me?
Yeah, now I can see you.
Yeah, because I was on trying to find a picture, but
yeah, don't worry. Pop could always send. That's okay. You could always send it to me when we get off, and then I could just insert it in because we pre-recording now. We're not live, so don't worry about it. All right. So we were talking about you heading out to Atlanta, so you could go. Are you overseeing? Or you said, what did you say you were doing? You were gonna do the season finale so y'all could start a new season out there. Yeah. And for the people that don't know where they can find all the franchise, all the cities of Project Heat, where could they go?
They could go on YouTube for all the seasons, for every, you know, like New York, Baltimore, Connecticut, and Atlanta. And season 1 is on Tubi and Amazon Prime from New York.
Oh, that's so dope. I love that season. Season 1 is so freaking classic.
Yeah, that's a
classic. That's for sure. So Pop said all the seasons are on his YouTube. It's youtube.com/Project Heat, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna link his stuff in the bio. And the reason I wanted you to come on here is because you got some new projects that you've been working on. Oh, before we get into what you got new, tell them a little bit about the showcase. Are you bringing that back this year for the award show that you have?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So tell them a little bit about that. It's called
the Urban Web Series Awards.
Urban Web.
We gonna I'm gonna be announcing it, you know, later on in the year. It should be like during the summertime. You just gotta put things together, and it's gonna be during the summer.
And can you please add a podcast category in there? And Angie's World Podcast could be one of the nominations. Thank you very much.
Because that's what's trending right now, the podcast. And I'm definitely gonna put that in there.
Yay! And hopefully I get nominated, but I want to get nominated naturally. I don't want to get nominated because I know the owner of the, award show. But that would be so dope. I will still come and support regardless if I have a nomination or not. So the Urban Web Series Awards coming this summer, the announcement. And I wanted to get you on here because I said, yo, Pop, you told me what you got going on now. And I was like, yo, I want you to come up here and talk about it. So you have a new business endeavor. Tell us a little bit about what you have with this new studio space. I'm gonna give the floor to you.
I have a film studio. Show a film studio.
Tyler Perry who? Tyler Perry who?
And we have rooms that we rent out for film productions, and like a courtroom. I have a courtroom. I have a hospital room. I have a jail cell. I have a precinct room. I have an interrogation room. I have a
So
video
dope.
room. I have a photography room. I have a premiere room, event space,
I love
podcast
that.
room, and a
He got
recording room.
all that, y'all. And where is this located?
This is located in Sunset Park, right
That's
in the industry city.
that's Queens, right?
That's Brooklyn. It's in
Oh,
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Okay, Brooklyn. Sorry, y'all. I'm an uptown girl. I'm like,
Hmm.
I'm from the Bronx, you know. But yeah. So it's right in Brooklyn. It's in Sunset Park. And how could they contact you? I'm gonna put it in the description. But if they want to rent out one of the studio spaces, because he already has people doing podcasts in there. He already told me the other day that he has a well-known person doing skits in there, and he said, yo, when they come, I'm gonna hit you up in so you could come down there and get some content. So people are filming in there already. People are doing their skits, their content. So it's basically like a playhouse for content creators. You could
Yeah,
get as
we
creative as you want in there.
and yeah, we just had Comedy Central filming for a whole day in there, and we had 2020 ABC. We had them in there, we just opened it, in October.
I
So
am so proud of you. Oh my God. That's October. That's your birthday month, right?
yeah, that's right.
Yeah. That's what's up. So he got this going. So if y'all want to reserve, let's say they want to reserve a room or they want to book something, do they contact you or they call the
Mm,
spot? How does that work?
yeah, they could call the spot. They could
Let me
call
put
the
the phone number. Hold on. Let me put the phone number. Give it.
it's
Give it. Hold on
six
one
six
second, Pop.
four.
Go ahead.
I think it's 914. I mean 917
Uh huh.
664 6670.
Okay. So this is to book.
Wait, let me make sure.
Okay. Go ahead. Take your time.
Let me make sure. Um, it's wait, hold on.
We're gonna
Okay,
have Pop. This is gonna be the Book Pop Studio space.
okay, it's 917 966
966. Hold on. All right. 966
6064.
6064.
Nine one seven 966 6064.
All right, so that's 917-966-6064. That's what we gonna do right here. We're
Or
gonna
they could
change.
go online. They could go online and actually book it through online too.
Okay, and what's the online website?
www.showupfilmstudio.com.
Show up film.
Film with a S
Mm-hmm.
and studios with a S too.
Studios.com. All right, so that's studios with an S. Okay, so that's show up films studios.com. So that's where y'all gonna go to book out the space if you're in the New York City area, or even if you're in the LA area or any other areas and you're in New York and you need a place to be creative, do your podcast, do some skits. Like he said, he has a courtroom in there, he has a jail, he has you could do a photo shoot in there. They got a podcast room. So it's basically
Mm-hmm.
like a playhouse. I can't wait to go visit that spot too,
Yeah.
because you could get super creative in there. I need to do a photo shoot from my podcast. So I need to go book out that space. I gotta be popping for my
They
podcast.
got the space.
Yeah, for sure. So what do you have any other plans for 2023? What are you focused on this year? Like, where is it more the podcast? Is it the studio space? Is it the award show? Because you got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, right now I'm working on my 501c non for profit so I could get some grants to, actually get a bigger space and teach kids and adults how to film, how
Oh,
to
that's
act,
dope.
and write scripts.
I love that. I love that. Shout out to another one of my friends. DWI Music from the Matrix Studios. I've had him on my podcast before. You know who that is, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely,
DWI. He
definitely.
he he teaches kids now too. They have like a he works at this school. I probably should connect you. He works at this school and he's teaching the children in the school. I guess he's like the music teacher. He teaches them
Mm-hmm.
how to do podcasting, production, all the stuff that he does in his studio. They added that curriculum into the school, so he's the direct, like he teaches them how to do all that stuff.
Mm.
So
Yeah, that
they
I definitely need to link up with him.
Yeah, he could tell you about that. I'll definitely link you guys together because if you could do something like that, that's kind of like what you're looking to do too. So that'd be dope. Because it's all about giving back. I
That's a
even
fact.
said I even said that with my podcast, but Pop, he's been giving back for a long time, to his community, and
That's a
um
fact.
he does a lot of things around the holidays and toy drives and turkey drives, and he always finds a way to help. So that's very admirable. And even for me, like with my podcast, I said, this year I want to focus more on conversations that are going to help change people's lives. Like my whole main thing is to uplift, inspire, and empower. That's my tagline for my podcast. So I love to have guests that people can watch this and they could see you in themselves. And they said, okay, well, if Pop could do a web series, so can I. If Pop could do this, like you have something that's
Mm-hmm.
inspiring from where you came from to where you're at now. So I'm like very strategic in the guests that I bring up here and the conversations that I have. And I just want to have bigger and better conversations that start things that could either inspire people, empower them, change lives, or even get a conversation going. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like how I'm challenging myself to give back to what I put out on the internet. You know what I'm saying? It's more
And
to me than just go ahead.
I definitely that's what I'm definitely out here for, to help the ones that needs to be helped. And I definitely I want to gear towards the young teenagers that's in these streets and don't have no guidance.
Right.
I want to guide them in the right way, whereas they could look at the future, longevity, be a
Right.
millionaire at the age of 20 something. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Don't get caught up in these streets, because I mean, this young generation is out there and they don't have no guidance, and I wanna stop it. I wanna catch it and have them focus on a good path. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
absolutely. Because, Pop, you guys, well, I don't know if we kind of got into your story a little bit, but Pop, you've been through a lot. You totally reformed. You totally turned your life around. You went from
That's a
getting
fact.
shot to going in jail to
That's a
all
fact.
kind of stuff to reforming yourself and being on the right path and totally turning your life around because you was really out here in these streets. So
I
you are a
definitely was.
product of showing people um that, you don't have to go down that path and how you could be successful if you just apply yourself and change your life and focus on the right things. And a lot of times kids don't want to listen to us because they might feel like, oh, we're the old people that just talking or the age gap, but we're still young enough to be able to relate. You understand? Like
And we've been through a
we've
lot
been
of
through a lot of shit.
situations that we could teach them like what the outcome could be.
Yes,
You understand what I'm saying? Because our past experience,
absolutely.
and and it's like you it's like you gotta grab their mind. Grab
Yes,
their mind, and when you get it, you just gotta go full throttle with them, because
absolutely.
they have a short term, like, I noticed that a lot of them have they focus on the streets. They
Yes,
focus on fast money. They
yes.
focus on the girls,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not what's gonna actually
No,
help you live long lives.
absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
Because a rapper once said the streets are a myth. The streets are a myth. People are so worried, especially when they're that age. They're so worried about being a real dude and impressing their friends and having multiple women. And I need to stunt. I need to have all this jewelry. I need to have all these cars. I need to have all these chicks. That's what's important to them.
and, and that's what you gotta have them, and let them know that's not what you think it is it's
Absolutely.
just temporary. It's just temporary, and you could either get yourself caught up in some shit. Whereas,
Yes.
oh, I'm sorry, cursing.
That's okay.
You get caught up in something that you can't get yourself out of.
Absolutely. All that stuff comes with a price. Like, the getting that fast money, it comes with looking over your shoulder all the time. It comes with paranoia. It comes with jail time. You know what I'm saying? Jail
It come with people that get people jealous of you, even though
jealous.
jealousy is a motherfucker.
Yes.
You know
Envy
what I'm
and
saying?
jealousy it comes with that. And once you once you got a lot of people hating you and jealous of you, that's extremely dangerous. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
very dangerous.
Mhm. And then like a lot of these kids are pressured to, and I feel like this generation, I feel like our generation was more so they were rapping about selling drugs because this is what needed to be done out of desperation to pay the bills. But I feel like
Hmm.
now these kids is rapping about killing people and they actually going out there and doing it. And then they turn around and say to us, I thought y'all said we gotta live our raps. But it's
No,
like,
listen,
whoa,
it's the internet, right? The internet is the devil.
right.
I tell you that for sure. Like, because it's like you said, they be on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
It's these young guys and girls, they with these gangs.
Mm-hmm.
They with the gangs, and
Mm-hmm.
they got a point to prove to the
Mm-hmm.
next person.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about proving to the next person. Like,
Right.
you got to stay focused on the future.
Absolutely. So
and
right.
and it's like, it's terrible.
Unfortunate. Right. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
And like, that's what I want to teach these kids, man. Like, the production part is very, like, you could make a living out of it.
Right.
And, like, you know what I'm saying, fast money is not always the good money.
Absolutely.
you
And that
know
stuff
so
slow up. It comes with a huge, huge price. And you can
that's a
take
fact.
those same skills and talents and put them into something that is legitimate, that can make you an honest living. And sometimes that honest living that you make with that, you know, quote unquote boring life is the safest
Mhm.
way you could be. It gives you longevity, it gives you a future, it gives you a long life, it gives you peace. But see, when you're younger, and I remember even being young, I cared so much in my 20s and like probably until I was about, I don't know, mid 30s, about what other people thought of me. I have to constantly, you know, it was just constantly
Mhm.
like prove like caring about what somebody else think. Now I could go to the store without, at 40 years old, I could go to the store without makeup, and you think I care about what people, think about
That's a
me?
fact.
And it's not to say I go to store in my pajamas. I would never do that. That's a little bit much, but it was just, I had to be like on point from head to toe. I had to date a guy that drove this car, or I had to have friends that look like this, or it has to be this, or it was just all bullshit. For what?
For what?
For what?
And it's like, yo, as you get older, you start to realize a lot of things, and you change a lot. Like I said, like you said, I was in the streets. I got shot twice, once in my face, once in my neck. I've been in jail 3 times,
Mm-hmm.
and it took me to realize, like, that's not the life I want to live.
No,
So I
you're
did a
better than that.
total 360. I did a total 360.
Yeah.
Came home, start my film company with my two partners, Sean, KD, and we just put the filming into motion, and
Yep.
we just went full throttle
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah. They
You know
did.
what I'm saying? And
Uh,
now, we open up another business, and I'm about to open up another, probably two businesses.
didn't you say you were doing? Should I say what the other one is?
No.
Okay, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it, but I do know what it is. I won't say it though, but just
Yeah.
know that he got some things coming. Pop got some things coming. And like, if you're a person, because like this is gonna go on my YouTube, this is gonna go on plenty of platforms, right? But this is going to go on my YouTube where my demographic is 99.9% males. And that's because I do a lot of music content. Like, you know, I'm super into hip hop. So I have people like Pop on here. I got Gully TV on here. What's the Numbers TV? I'll do rapper interviews. So a lot of young men between the ages of, what did they, I think it was like maybe 27 to 35 or 20 guys in their 20s all the way until their 40s, they watch my YouTube, they watch these interviews, and they could relate, you know what I'm saying? Like, exactly. And that's why I like to have these conversations. And then I have other platforms that this podcast come on that's predominantly female, you know what I'm saying? But they can still relate. They can still relate to this, because I know that women, we've had men in our life, whether it's your dad, your uncle, your boyfriend, that has been, you know, in the streets. So we definitely can understand that. You know, and you should be proud of yourself, Pop, because you did a whole 360 and you really changed your life. And I'm so proud of you with all of that you've been doing, and you haven't stopped.
Nope.
You hit the ground running. You keep going. So I love that.
I'm not stopping.
And not stopping. All right. So 2023, showupfilmstudio.com to book whatever creative space you need, whether you need to record your podcast, do a photo shoot, do a skit, do your own production, whatever you need to do, that's available. You could go to youtube.com/Project Heat. You could check out all of the whole entire franchise from New York on all the way into Atlanta. Check Pop for the awards. Are you bringing back your podcast?
Nah, we're gonna focus on the awards now.
Okay. He got a podcast too, y'all. He was doing podcasts before podcast was a thing.
Actually, the 21st. I'm gonna say, what time is gonna be? 5. It's from 5 to 9, and it's gonna be at my studio. We're gonna premiere actually, what's the name of it? Untold Fed Stories, and I'm gonna be talking about my life when I was incarcerated.
When is this?
This is the 21st.
That's the 21st, y'all. That's a Saturday, the 21st of January, and it's going to be a live premiere at the studio.
Yeah, it's going to be a premiere. It's like my family, beloved. He just came home from the Fed, so he put it together. It's his podcast called Untold Fed Stories, and I'm going to be the first one that he Oh,
I love that. Am I invited? Am I invited to this event?
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna do a little vlog in there, y'all, but it's an exclusive event, so I can only film as much as Pop is gonna let me film in there. I wouldn't film, the pod, but I'll do like a little mini vlog of me going there, and I'll post it up on my channel so y'all can see. And make sure y'all check that Untold Fed Stories. First episode is gonna be Pop, and that's probably gonna be coming out after June 20,
after the premiere.
After January. Yeah, after the premiere. So keep it locked for that. And I'm not going to keep you here all day. Thank you so much. I hit up him so last minute. I'm like, Sunday, I specifically, take 1 or 2, like my weekends to film. So I'm like, today's a filming day. I want to film as many videos as I can. And I hit up Pop. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, nothing. I can film real quick. I'm like, all right, bet. So I appreciate you coming. This is your second time on the podcast. Anything you ever have to promote, anytime you want to come to my podcast, definitely let me know. You could always come. And we can't get out of here without a game real quick. I be playing my games on here, Pop. So
yeah.
All right. So this game, I should do Never Have I Ever, but do we really want to get in Pop's business like that, y'all? I think we got in his business in season 1 already about what he likes and he doesn't like. All right. Let's do. All right, I'm going to give you some hard questions. This is called This or That, right? So just 10 quick questions. Sorry, y'all. I had COVID a couple weeks ago for the first time in 3 years, and I'm vaccinated. And even though I'm not sick anymore, I have this stupid dry cough that comes on and off. So I'm going to take my little halls right now. And I'm going to ask these questions to Pop. And I'm going to ask you some hard questions. Jay-Z or Big?
Biggie. Biggie all the way.
All right. Modeling or acting?
Acting.
Okay. Friday or the Players Club?
Friday.
Okay. Everybody that I asked, they all pick Friday.
Yeah.
I shouldn't ask you this. I'll ask you. You could always plead the fifth. Project Heat Atlanta or Project Heat NYC?
Project Heat NYC is the birth. If it wasn't Project Heat NYC, it wouldn't be no other Project Heat.
That's a fact. I'm about to binge that again. I love Project Heat New York City because it's so it's so classic. It's so real. It's so relatable. I love it. Was that the first web series that was out before Money and Violence, or did y'all come after Money and Violence?
It came right after.
Okay, yeah. So that was like in the very beginning of web series. Yeah. And it's more than just claps and daps. Me and my homeboys, like, a lot of these web series, not yours, but a lot of these web series, they either clapping each other or dapping each other throughout the whole entire thing. His stuff actually has more than claps and daps. People are getting clapped and people are dapping up, but there's storylines to this.
It's a storyline to the whole situation.
And they have locations. They switch locations. They have like a whole thing. I love it. Y'all need to definitely check that out. Comedy or horror movies?
Ooh. I like both, so I'm gonna have to plead the fifth on that one.
Plead the fifth. All right. CNN or Mobb Deep?
Mobb Deep.
Okay, Queen. They both queens, but yeah. Okay. I should ask you this question before we get out of here. I'm gonna swing back around and ask you this question. Ready to Die or Against All Odds?
Ready to Die.
Period. Beyonce or Rihanna? And they're both married or they're both wifed up, so it's no disrespect. It's just who you prefer, you know.
I'm gonna say Rihanna.
Okay. New York City or LA?
NY.
NYC, baby.
Yes, sir.
Yes. That's it for the questions, Pop. Thank you so much. Actually, I did want to touch on this topic real quick. I know when I asked you CNN or Mobb Deep, you said Mobb Deep. Let me ask you a question. You come from the streets and stuff. Actually, I probably could. You know what? I'm going to ask you this question. I was going to ask you rapper turned journalist Nori. Remember what happened with him and his podcast and how he kind of reneged and he took the video off the air of Kanye on there on the pod. I want to ask you like your opinion on that. And did it affect how you looked at Nori?
No, I didn't. I really don't watch Nori. So with him doing that, you know, I could say like he only did that because of, you know,
political connects.
Yeah,
he don't want to lose his sponsorships and stuff.
Yeah, so I know the reason why, but
right. But it didn't have you feeling like you looking at him a little different or anything like that? Okay.
Nah, I know it's all political.
Right. And then this other question I want to ask you before you get up out of here. Are you aware of what's going on with Young Thug and the YSL and they're all, you know, with the case?
I'm pretty much in tune with it, not as a lot of other people is, but that situation, that's a prime example of what I was talking about, the young ones in the streets, and then, you know, they get caught up in situations like that.
And I wanted to ask you this question because it's this whole debate now of who's a rat, who's not a rat, who's taking plea deals, who's not taking plea deals. I don't know if you heard of this whole big conversation about Gunner. Did you hear about this? Because he took a plea deal and now he's out.
Yeah, I heard about it.
What is your overview on people taking plea deals when they get in trouble as a group?
I'm a 10 toes down, straightforward guy. I'm holding that. I don't condone the rat. I don't condone the snitching and none of that. So they don't think like that.
Mm-hmm.
But me per se, God forbid if I ever be in a
God
situation like that,
forbid.
I'm a definitely stand
Mm-hmm.
10 toes down.
I think I heard something that Jim Jones, he said something recently that was exactly like what you said. He said something like, if you take a plea deal and it's something that you did on your own, that's one thing. But if you involved in a whole situation with other people and you taking a plea deal, that's a different story. But
That's a fact.
do you think that the generation now is different? Like, you remember like how little Kim did her time because she didn't rat. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? She sat at Bobby Schmurder, he did his time and stuff. Do you think like in this day and age with the 6ix9ine era, that kids nowadays don't put as much, I guess, emphasis on staying real and not ratting? Or do you think they're more selfish? Like, I don't care, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna do something to save myself. Like, how do you, or do you just think that people, because then they'll look at someone like 6ix9ine and see what he did, and then he coming out and he's still making money. Do you think that people just don't care anymore? Or do you think that changed? Or
That definitely changed because he clearly made a song about him ratting.
he would have never
So,
lasted in our generation.
yeah, like
6ix9ine.
that's a fact. Like he made a song about him telling,
That's
and
wild.
he had millions of views.
Right.
Millions of people liked it and everything. And that, he do what he do, but
It's not
I
something
can't.
to respect.
Nah, hell
No.
no.
Yeah, I just want to know like your opinion on that. Um, because it's like a hot topic now with everybody talking about, plea deals and who's ratting and who's not. But this is a
Yeah,
prime example of why, you know, uh Pop, who was in the street, he is a perfect example of a man who didn't become the statistic. He beat the odds. He was against all odds and he beat the odds.
that's a
But
fact.
not everybody ends up like that. You know what I'm saying? So before you end up in a situation that you can't get out of, it's good to plan for the future and get on the right track and get out of it, because there's nothing good that's going to happen. It's either death or jail when you on
That's a
that
fact.
track.
That's a
So
fact.
so that's a fact. So if anybody is out there listening, you know what I'm saying, please, you know what I'm saying, just try to change before it's too late and you can change. But once again, thank you so much, Pop, for passing by my podcast. I took up almost an hour of your time. I really
It's so
appreciate
good. It's
you.
so good.
Is there anything you want to say? Any shout outs? Anything you want to say to the people before you get up out of here?
Yeah, shout out to my family. Shout out to Shy. Shout out to KD, my partners. Shout out to my granddaughter, my son. Y'all definitely keep me motivated and on the right track, man.
That's what's up. We love Pop here. Make sure y'all check out Angie's World Podcast on Instagram. Please follow me at Angie's World Podcast on YouTube. I am youtube.com/Angie's World. All Pop stuff is going to be in the description. You can follow me on Twitter, Angie's World 1. What else? Spotify, Apple, Angie's World Podcast. I'm about to start streaming on Twitch, y'all. So I'm on Twitch. That's Angie's World 1. I'm about to start doing album reviews because I love music and stuff like that. And I feel like with Twitch, you can play the music without getting copywritten and you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna experiment with Twitch. So follow me on Twitch. I'm on Clubhouse, Angie's World. I'm all over the place. And thank you to my guest again, Pop. And you could be anywhere in the world, but you decided to be in Angie's World. And for that, I love you. Happy 2023, everybody. We are out. This is Angie's World Podcast. Peace.